is that they're promoting all the kindness.
No, I get it. And so the pedophile wants to date my 5-year-old. It's okay.
But what I'm saying is kindness unless you're a right-wing person. Now, if you think on the right, then they want to attack you. Then they want to demonize you, and if they could shut you down and silence you and find some sort of a bullshit excuse to do so, in a lot of cases it seems like some folks lean in that direction. And this is where it gets dangerous because you can't – it's like if someone says, hey, if I knew how to fight, I'd run in front of Peach. I'd just fuck everybody up. Well, you'd be dead in a year because eventually people are going to kick your ass and kill you. You can't just beat people up.
Well, yeah, exactly. If you can one-on-one beat somebody, right, but it's that, everyone gangs up against you.
It's that childish mentality. I'll just knock this person out and nothing else will happen. Like that's not, you're setting a whole thing in motion. When you silence someone, you're setting a whole thing in motion. And this is something that we're all learning. This is what we have to come to grips with. Social media has only been around for a really short amount of time. It's only been around in this kind of form for 10 plus years. And we're figuring it out. And these people that think that they can just silence people and shut people down without it having a bad effect on all of us, it's not right. It's not right.
Well, I appreciate
there should be a path to
pointing
redemption.
out free speech is good. Eddie, what do you think should be done about the denial of the reign of terror of censorship that's admittedly going on?
I don't know shit. You know, all I know is that it seems that the right is being censored a lot. And when you look at the left and how they've been acting, I mean, they're acting like psychopaths. I mean, like putting signs up for late-term abortions and all that shit. They're pushing that. There's people pushing that.
AOC says don't have kids.
It's like someone who's trying to get fired. You know, when you have a job and you want to get fired.
I was talking to a Delta Force major who runs whole CIA squads, and he said, "What do you think, Alex? It's like they want to lose. What's the psyop?" And I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to lose. It's so bad. It's so bad.
How much of that is influenced by people that are trying to fuck with the whole system? Imagine if this is like stage 5 Russian influence. Just get people to support late-term, like figure out a way to get people to support super late-term abortions. Figure out a way to get people to support trans women competing as women with no hormone replacement.
Yeah, like I'm watching newscasts where like some 25-year-old dudes, like 18-year-old girls, he takes all the titles, like now guys have it.
You know,
it's hilarious.
It is.
It's hilarious. Imagine if your daughter was up for a scholarship and she had to compete against some 6'5" man who identified as a woman and wanted to play basketball.
Yeah. I feel, hey, if you've committed a crime, if you're a felon, you can't chop your dick off. You know what I mean?
I like the Japanese model. They said, hey, because I don't care if you're a trans or you're a dude that wants to be a woman. I'm a libertarian. Don't act like I'm trying to suppress you. But the Japanese said, hey, you don't get the trans designation unless you chop the Johnson and the Weibos off. And it's like, hey, taxpayers will pay for it. You get that vagina built, and you sit there and do it. I
think there's a lot of people that are legitimately trans. That's not the problem. The problem is them wanting to compete as women. And Martina Navratilova just caught a rash of shit because she was talking about it, to the famous tennis star. She was talking about it that women are breaking all these records. And right after she said that, these kids, number 1 and 2, were transgender that won the girls' high school track meet. And it's just... at a certain point in time, you got to stop doing this.
Here's the deal. I'm not mad at somebody because they think they're another sex.
Exactly.
But like at the same time, like I watch like bike races and running races and soccer and high jumping, and it's a dude. Like it's not just like dudes are bigger than me. They're like these 6'4" guys with huge shoulders that would kick my ass. I'm a lady and I won. And the girls are like, that's mental illness, man.
Yeah, there's some nonsense going on. There's some people that are legit, and then there's some people that are just legitimately crazy. I mean, there's like with everything in life. There's people that are legitimately trans, and there's people that have real mental issues.
If a man wants to see himself as a woman, a lot of genetics shows the chemicals that happens. That's their issue, whatever, or vice versa. But like, I'm gonna watch NFL, and like we're supposed to they had a women's NFL, and like it's all guys, and they say they're women. It was like that thing in England last year where the guy comes in with tattoos, a big beard, and it was in the police report. The guy had like a foot-long cock. And he goes, do a cervix exam.
What kind of police report is this?
And the nurse said, sir, I don't see a vagina. And it was in the report. The man had a foot-long dick. So she's supposed to mentally ill go, okay, well, let me check all this and decide that you've got all this. I mean, it's just like, it's mental illness, man. It's not that I hate somebody that feels like they're a woman or a man or whatever. That's the lie. They're like, oh, you need to accept this or you hate everybody.
Imagine if all this ridiculous propaganda really was like the very, very highest level Russian meme farm propaganda, and this is why the people that
it could totally be a
being
psyop.
the most preposterously leftist, like even things like these babies being resuscitated and then killed, like that people wouldn't freak out when they heard a guy talk about that kind of shit. Imagine if this was all just designed to make everybody go fucking crazy.
Yeah.
No, Joe, I wish it was.
Seems.
But it's the governor saying it, and it's them doing it. And there's just one point, we're in this transmission. What is the end game?
What is the end game, Alex Jones?
Everything we're told is humanity's bad, humanity's wrecking things, but the very environmentalist groups that are doing this are all like weird transhumanist, anti-human. I'm all transhumanist if I really get life extension. But it's all like, oh, you die, you're uploaded to a machine. I'm just saying anything you see the big corporate media promoting, they don't know what they're doing. I've been around them. I've talked to them. They don't know. I don't think I know. I don't think Joe knows. I don't think Eddie knows. But I think in the spectrum of like 1 to 100, we're in the 95th percentile of really being woke.